Hi everybody, and it's Redhead Boo here. I apologise for my voice because if you watch my other video or my vlog, which is now live by the way, you will know that I went to see the Vamps last night in Manchester for the closing night of tour, and I did a lot of screaming and singing as you do, and my voice is killing today. So I apologise if I do sound a bit different, but this video is basically in sort of a celebration of tour but coming to an end. Sad times for everybody, but honestly, like, this tour has been so good and I have created amazing memories yet again thanks to them. And yeah, so I am very happy to be doing this video for you, which is going to be a Q&A about tour, so questions about tour and what happened, and yeah, so I'm just going to get the questions up, which are on my iPod, so I might be reading off my iPod a bit. So yeah, I just hope you guys enjoy. There. Right. So the first question is, what is my favourite song on the Night and Day tour? I think that means like favourite song off the set list. That's such a hard question because all of the songs are so good. Like, obviously you've got the classics and then you've got like the new ones, and yeah, I think I'm gonna do like my favourite song from Sheffield and then Manchester because I went to 2 dates. So my favourite song of the set list from Sheffield was, oh god, I think for me it was Personal. I really liked that, and oh god, Can We Dance? Like, it's such a classic Vamp song and it's so much fun. Like, whenever that song's played live, I love it. And from Manchester, it's got to be One Last Time and Come Grind With Me and also Wake Up. No, Middle of the Night. That was so good. Because I think I like how they did it this time, because they did, well, where I was in Manchester, I was Brad Pitt, and they did Middle of the Night, the start of it, down by us, and it was quite acoustic, and then it built up to be such a party and I just loved it. But I think for me this set list was good because both the opening and closing songs were very energetic. Like, opening with Staying Up, that song live is incredible, and then closing with All Night, which is incredible. So yeah. Question number 2, favourite new song they performed. Hands down, Hair Too Long. I love that song, but I remember because we were at Sheffield, we were the first people to hear it, which is mad. And like, that song has got a naughty word in it, and in the recorded version it doesn't have it in, but at the live version that we saw in Sheffield, he did actually swear on stage, which is hilarious because everyone thinks that Brad's a goody goody, but nah, he's not. And then at Manchester, he didn't swear, but we all swore and he laughed, which was funny. So I love Hair Too Long. It's such a good song live and it's very dancey, and yeah, I love it. The next question is favourite support act and why. For me, it's got to be New Hope Club, just because they're so much fun, and I've been a fan of them now for so long, and it is great to see them in arenas, like supporting the Vamps, and it like they genuinely get on, like New Hope Club and the Vamps, so that's funny. So yeah, I love them. Least favourite support act and why? I hope I don't get any hate for this. I'm sorry if you're a Jacob fan, but for me, he was just boring and like he sounded like a 2-year-old child, like, and he's one of them singers who sings through their nose, and I really don't like that style of singer, so it just wasn't my cup of tea. So yeah, but I guess another favourite support was, well, Harvey surprised me. I didn't think he was going to be that good, and I'm now obsessed with his songs, so yeah. But I probably should have said PM because they actually live near where I live. They're a fellow Yorkshire band, so yeah. Favourite memory from this tour? Definitely meeting the Vamps. Like, meet and greet with them is always fun. But this year, like last year, it was me and my friend who got a photo together. But this year it was just me and then the boys. And I think that was better because like all their attention was on me and I got to chat to them, and yeah, it was lovely. It was very overwhelming and I loved it. So definitely meeting the Vamps and getting loads more stage love, which is always nice to get. Most favourite show you went to? For me, it's got to have been Manchester, just because the atmosphere at Manchester Arena, because the arena's so big, it's always so much better. Like, Sheffield was good, but Manchester's just another level. And I've been to see the Vamps now at Manchester Arena for all 4 of their arena tours, and every time they come, they always smash it. So I'm super proud of them whenever they play Manchester. So yeah, I love seeing them at Manchester, and I do want to carry on seeing them at Manchester because I think for me it's the furthest I can go for them. Like, if they do stuff like Summertime Ball, then yeah, I can go to that, but it's the furthest without having to stay over. My voice. But yeah, Manchester was very good and it was hilarious, so I loved Manchester. Song you are most excited to hear on the Night and Day album, Day Edition? Just My Type, because that song live is incredible, and technically I already know it, but I don't know it fully. So yeah, but it's such a good song and I love it. But there's also another song on there which I'm in love with, and it's Time Is Not On Our Side. If you went to the Middle of the Night tour last year, you'll know what I'm on about, because that song is so cute. Like, it's a typical Vamps ballad and it's adorable and I love it and I always will love it, so I'm so excited to hear the studio version because I do think it's got the potential to be my new favourite Vamps song. So, not Vamps song, sorry, Vamps ballad. But yeah, so I like that one, and I just can't wait to hear the whole album, and I will be doing a reaction video like I did for the Night Edition. So keep an eye out for that, guys, because there will be a lot of dancing in that. So yeah. Favourite song from the Night Edition? Oh my god. That's not... oh. Well, to be honest, I think it depends what mood I'm in. Like, after last night, my favourite song's got to be Shades On. Like, seeing Shades On live again last night was so much fun. And Shades On is always a nice song to hear because it's just so funky, and I actually remembered my sunglasses and I had them on, and you'll see that in the vlog, so go check out the vlog if you haven't done. And yeah, but if I'm in like a little cute little sing-along mode, I always listen to Paper Hearts or Stay. But for me, Shades On's just so funky, and to be honest, it's the perfect song for this weather now. So yeah. The next question is any onstage interactions? Yes, I did get onstage interactions, and not just from the Vamps either. I got who was it? I think it was Dan or Josh from PM. Well, he played his guitar right by me basically and kept on smiling at me, so yeah. And I also got Blake interaction because Blake, well, I was stood second row to runway for Wild Pit Right, and Blake came over and he sort of like looking down at us all. So I smiled and he smiled at me, and then I waved and then he waved back, so yeah, that was nice. I also got loads of little smiles of Connor and waves of Connor as well, which, yeah, is very nice because obviously Connor's my favourite. But I did get a Brad high five, which I'm so happy about, because that for me was just incredible. Like, last tour I did get a lot of Connor, but not so much Brad, so to get Brad interaction was mad. And yesterday I did get more interactions. I got a wave again of Connor and a huge smile. I got a smile of Tristan during Come Grind With Me. I got a smile of Maggie and Connor Maynard, and a smile of Brad. But I wasn't barrier, so I didn't get any hand holding, but to be honest, I don't care, so yeah. Did you like the drum solo? I did, but I just found it a bit like it wasn't the usual standard of a Tristan drum solo. Like the one last year where they had the drum off and then the whole drum solo, that was really good. And then the years before that, they've always been good, but the drum solo this year was a bit, I don't know, it wasn't as good as it has been. But in Manchester it was quite funny because they did the drum solo and then Tristan came down and did Come Grind With Me, which was insane, and I loved that because I always wanted to hear that live and I was very happy. So, and I'm glad that the only show that they played it at was the one I was at, so I was buzzing about that. And the fact that Brad, Connor and James had no idea who was going to do that, that was just incredible. So yeah, I was very proud of Tristan, and I think it's nice to see him get a solo part because usually you don't really get much of him. Like, obviously you do because he's the drummer, but you don't really get to hear him sing or rap, so to be able to hear that was just incredible, and yeah, I was proud of him. So yeah. Thoughts on the intro for tour? I loved the intro. I think because I was the first person to see it at Sheffield, that was cool, because the intro this year was definitely better than last year, because last year it was just a V and it was just a bit like, what's this? But this year, if you didn't go, I'm going to explain what it was. It had like loads of little pretty stars on this black screen, and it had the Vamps, and then it had Tristan come on stage and sit down, and then he was playing the drums and it had like all of their names flashing up and pictures of them, and it was so funny to see who got the loudest scream. And unfortunately James and Tris don't get as many loud screams as Connor and Brad, but yeah. And then James, Brad and Connor all rose up from the bottom of the stage to the top of the stage, which for me it was very nice, and it was very unexpected in Sheffield just to see them rise up because they were right by me and I was like, oh my god. But yeah, it was very good, and I liked that was a good introduction to tour, so yeah. Have you enjoyed the tour diaries on YouTube? I've loved the tour diaries. Like, I think because last year they didn't do them, and they always tend to do tour diaries, and unfortunately I haven't actually been in one yet, but I might be in the Manchester one, fingers crossed. But yeah, I love tour diaries, so I'm very happy that they decided for them to be coming back. So yeah, I'm very happy, and I have loved watching them because you get to see what the boys get up to backstage and all of the stuff that can go wrong with the ironing board, James. But yeah, I loved watching them. Which song did you wish they performed? I think for me, it would have to be a ballad, so like Paper Hearts or I don't know. To be honest, the set list got so much bad reviews and everything, but I quite enjoyed this set list. Like, we got to hear Same to You. We did get to hear Shades On, but that's because everyone was tweeting that needs to be on the set list. But they listened and they put it on. So I personally think it was a decent set list this year. So I didn't really have any problems with it, but other than that, just Paper Hearts. Just like one ballad. But yeah, I enjoyed the set list. Are there any songs that sound repetitive now because you've heard them loads of times? No, I don't think so, because I love hearing like the classic Vamps songs, because like, yeah, it is nice to hear new ones, but to hear like Wild Heart, Last Night, Cecilia, even Somebody to You, and loads of Vamps fans hate Somebody to You, but for me, that song, like last tour, that song is where I got all of my interactions during. So for me, that was a special song. And Can We Dance? You can't go wrong with a bit of Can We Dance. So no, I'm not sick of hearing any of the Vamps songs. No. Question 15. Which genre song did you prefer if they do a different song? Well, the shows I went to, they didn't actually do a genre moment in Manchester, but they did do the little One Last Time thing, so that was cute. But yeah, I loved the little genre moment in Sheffield. It was very cute, because Girls on TV, hearing that song again was so nice, because I haven't heard that song in ages. And it did take me back to hearing that on the 2015 tour. So yeah, that brought back a lot of memories. Out of Staying Up, Personal, Too Good to Be True, Hair Too Long, Just My Type, and Time Is Not On Our Side, which is your favourite song on the day edition so far? Oh my god. I don't know. All of them songs are incredible. But for me, Just My Type. I loved that live, and I can't wait for studio version. And I'm sort of hoping they release that as a single, because then we can learn it. And I definitely will be able to learn that for Leeds, because the album will be out before then, so yeah. Did you vote in Twitter polls for the acoustic songs? Yes, I did. I voted for every single night for... I basically voted for which song I would want to hear if I was at one of the shows. So, yeah, I was very happy. And I loved voting in that, because I think that little section was clever. like to get the audience to choose a song. That was really nice because they haven't really done much like that before, so to do that was incredible. So yeah, I'm very grateful for them for doing that for us. Have you pre-ordered the Day Edition album? Of course I've pre-ordered it. I pre-ordered it the day you could pre-order it. And I pre-ordered the whole thing, like not just the pre-sale code. I got all of the albums, including the bundles, all of them are signed. The pre-sale code, everything. Because, yeah, I'm a Vamps fan and I want it all. And I did get paid, so it's all my own money. Anything you would change about tour? Yes, there is. Again, I apologise if you're a Jacob fan, but I would have removed Jacob as a support act and had either Conor Maynard and Maggie Lindemann do a full set. Just because, like, it wasn't me, like, it wasn't my cup of tea. It was boring and, yeah, I just didn't like him. So, sorry if you're a fan, but it's my opinion, so. But, yeah. Which show was better for you, Sheffield or Manchester? In a way, they were both better than the other. Like, Sheffield was good because I think I liked Sheffield because of how close I was. Like, when you're in Brad Pitt, yeah, you can see them on the stage, but they look like little ants. But, like, when you're Wild Pitt, you can actually see them. Well, you can see them in Brad Pitt, but yeah. But Brad Pitt and Manchester was so much fun, so in a way I did prefer Manchester. So yeah. What merch did you buy? I can't be bothered to get it, but I might have... Yes, I do. Let me just show you. I bought the Night and Day Tour hoodie because I haven't got many Vamps hoodies and I really like them, so I bought that. Then obviously I got the programme, and with VIP I got a lanyard and a wristband and then signed photos. So yeah, that's what merch I got. I didn't get merch in Manchester just because there was such a long queue and I didn't want to lose my spot in Brad Pitt, so I didn't bother. I'm not too bothered that I didn't get any because I did get some in Sheffield, and this hoodie is the comfiest hoodie ever and I love it. And it's ideal for uni because when it's cold you need a hoodie, and that hoodie is perfect. So yeah. How was your meet and greet in Sheffield? It was amazing because I am a Connor girl, as people know, but I also ship Bronner instead of John and Rod Radley because, I don't know, it's just Brad and Connor together, they're just so cute. And my meet and greet, well, when they all walked into the area where we all were waiting for them, like, Tristan walked in first, I think. Yeah, and then Connor, and then Brad, and then James. So I worked out that I was going to be in the middle of Connor and Brad. So I was like, yay, I wanted that to happen. So I was happy. And then it did get to the point of my friend looking around the corner, seeing them all standing there waiting. And she was like, oh, Lucy, go first. I was like, what? Me? Go first? But obviously I didn't care about going first because as I've met them quite a few times now, I don't mind speaking to them. Like, I do feel more confident around them, so I wasn't bothered about going first. I was like, yeah, why not? I'll go first. And I hugged them all, and they were all very nice, all very smiley and chatty, which was always nice. And then I explained that I wanted to do a group hug, and they were all like, yeah, we'll do that, that's fine. And we did the group hug, and I love my meet and greet photo. If you haven't seen it, well, that's me in the middle of Brad and Connor. And I didn't really know what to do in the group hug, because all of them lot were sort of, well, I knew that Brad and Connor were like hugging me from the side, and I sort of wanted to hug just Connor and then have Brad hug me from behind, but I was a bit like, I don't know what to do. So I basically just put my arms around Brad and Connor, and this, let me just turn down the brightness. Oh, that was my meet and greet photo. I love it, and I was very happy with it when I saw it. So yeah, that was a nice little time, and it was good. And any future meet and greet pose ideas? Yes, because me and Helen and also Emily and Alicia have got VIP for Leeds, and we get to meet them again. And me and Helen, because she's never met them before, she wants to go in a photo with me, so I was like, yeah, that's fine, I can do that. And we're basically going to do like sort of a couples photo, so it'll be me and Con, her and Brad, and then James and Tristan. And I think the first pose we're going to do is like a Strictly Come Dancing style, so me and Connor will do it, her and Brad, James and Tris, and then we're just going to do a little hugging one, so like each pair hugs, and yeah, I just can't wait to see how it will be, so that'll be very good. When will you see them next? Are you going to any summer shows? Yes, I'm going to see them in Leeds in August, so very excited, because technically that for me is a hometown gig, and I'm happy that they decided to come back to my hometown, because I do have to do quite a lot of travelling for them, but Leeds isn't far from me, so it's only a train journey away, so that's not too bad. What pranks did they do? Well, there wasn't many pranks. I think it was more like surprises for the crowd, which I did enjoy, because sometimes in the wake up tour I went to Manchester, which was also the last date, and the pranks for that, like there was one during Stolen Moments, and Brad was laughing so much he couldn't actually sing, and I think that sort of, it didn't have the effect that that song should have had, and in a way it ruined it. So I think the pranks were on New Hope Club. The Vamps spray painted their sign which said No Hope Club, and then Brad's piano wasn't there for last night, and he had one that he had to play on the floor with his feet, which was hilarious. Another prank was the on stage with the Vamps, because New Hope Club all dressed up as girls and came on with the 2 competition winners, and that was hilarious, because I didn't actually realise it was them at first. Then I looked and I was like, that's New Hope Club, and it was just funny. And the surprises were the Conor Maynard Shape of You sing off with Brad, and the Come Grind with Me and Volcano mashup that Tristan did, which was incredible, and also the little One Last Time piano cover, which was so cute, and I cried in that because it was just so emotional. I was a wreck, because I saw James was crying, and then I started crying so much I just had to stop filming because I couldn't carry on. But yeah, they're finally moving on to the last question. Is the night and day tour better or middle of the night tour? For me, night and day was better. I think because it was sort of a longer set, like they were on for much longer, and yeah, I just loved it. But I did love like middle of the night tour, just like I preferred Wow Pit in middle of the night tour than I did night and day, because the one in middle of the night tour, it wasn't as cramped as the one at night and day. So yeah, I did, but I preferred the set from night and day. But anyway, that was the last question. As mentioned, if you want to, please check out my vlog, because I haven't actually watched it yet, so I might even have a watch of it. But yes, just thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please check out my other videos and turn on the little bell. And like, comment and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you all very soon with more content. So this is Redhead Boo signing off. Bye guys!